And I shouted, he's Australian, you dick! Right?
So he is.
And he turned round and looked directly at me and my arse collapsed.
Welcome to A Pint and Two Shots, coming to you from the G4 podcast studio, with part-time pundit and average actor Stephen Purden, and bringing a wealth of knowledge and questionable patter, it's our no-nonsense dafty Chris Toll. Completing our front three, it's the man himself, all the way from the tap end of Stevenson, it's Grado!
Welcome to A Pint and Two Shots. It's a podcast, it's a football podcast. We're right here in the G4 Claim Studios in Wishaw. Toe, sent it, bro.
Nothing, mate.
Well, you better think of something to say, mate, because you know I'm no well. Don't.
We'll talk about the drive-in, shall we?
There you go.
So, Grado says to me, Toe, I'm not feeling well. Get me on your celebrity Deadpool. I'm not saying, I'm struggling. Mate, you can't die, man. You're my meal ticket.
I don't think so. You're my meal ticket.
Well, in saying that, there would be a spot open at the Pint, wouldn't there?
Did you see Hornswoggle and Piers Morgan?
I did. And
Did you
know
have
what?
an opinion on that? So, for them that doesn't
right.
know about this, we'll like go down this road.
Aye, you can go down this road, right? What I'll say is...
Because I was about to say, Snow White. Panto.
It's not called Snow White and the Seven Guys.
That's it, no, but what they're calling it now is Snow White and the Seven Mythical Creatures.
Seriously.
That's what Hornswoggle said, so
they've changed the story of Snow White, which has been about for, 100 years or something like that?
Aye.
Maybe more than that. Mm-hmm. Right, I didn't know the ins and outs. All I seen Hornswoggle and some guy on Piers Morgan, and I usually don't pay any attention to Piers Morgan. I think he talks shite, but every so often he'll say something and I'll go, he's right.
Aye.
But then I catch myself and I think that I might be turning right wing, and it's no good for me.
I know what you mean. It's like with the phone hacking stuff back in the day and stuff like that.
Aye.
You kind of revert to thinking that. But
he's no built up enough good grace. Do you know what I mean? Since that, he's been a fanny. Let's be honest here.
And see the studio that he's in for that Talk TV. It's very small time.
It looks like something that's been built in the garage stage or something like that.
Aye, it doesn't look like you're all singing or dancing GMTV type. You know what I mean?
I don't think there's a lot of money behind it, but if there is, it'll all be going into his pocket rather than on the set.
Well, this is it, too. Christ,
so
you're
no, but
me.
Getting back to what you're saying, right? My favourite comedian's Bill Burr, right? And he does a bit where he talks about people saying, "Oh, why was this gay character not played by a gay actor? Why was this character not played by such and such?" And Bryan Cranston, who
this
played...
is a bit too intense, this chat for me.
Right, so Bryan Cranston played a paraplegic in a film with Kevin Hart.
That's right.
Right? And they made a big song and dance that it wasn't an actual paraplegic actor that played this character. Mm-hmm. And Bill Burr says, it's called acting. Do you know what I mean? You're playing a role. Now, it should go to the best man for the job. Like, me personally, I don't feel as if I should get a role because of my stature, but when it comes to playing a dwarf, do you know what I mean? Like
you tick.
It's not that. See, even going back to Lord of the Rings, right? It was all like fully normal height people playing like the dwarfs and the hobbits, right? And I don't remember being a big fuss kicked up about that. So I think it's people jumping on the bandwagon slightly, but I do agree with what Hornswoggle says, because being an actor, there's not a lot of roles. Like, he's not going to get the lead in a romantic comedy. No. He's not going to get the lead in a movie about boxing or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Guns.
Aye, exactly. Well, maybe because that would be good. You know what I mean? They'd never suspect him.
That would be interesting. But the point as well is, right? See Seven White and the Seven Dwarves.
Seven White and the Seven Dwarves.
But listen, see, here's the argument, right? See the dwarves.
Aye.
They were lovely people.
Well, see the original story.
They were sneezy. They were dopey.
One of them was
sad. They taint Snow White to her bed at night. They got her up in the morning. They tickled her feet.
The actual original story, they were wee monsters, and Disney changed it so they were nice wee guys. So the original story, they were wee monsters that essentially kidnapped Snow White.
Oh.
So maybe that's the way that they're going back to, right? But everybody knows that it's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, do you know what I mean? No, Snow White and the Seven average height men.
But that's like Hornswoggle and stuff like that, who's been in Muppets.
He was in the Muppets, he was in the Leprechaun. He played the Leprechaun.
That's right. And he could have been quite looking forward to this new production of Snow White. And it's been taken away. You've got your likes of your Hugh Grant, who's playing an Oompa Loompa. He's playing an Oompa Loompa and he's been downsized with 3G.
Aye.
No 3G, what do you call it?
He's been downsized due to his mobile phone connection.
What did he call that? No 3G.
CGI.
CGI.
Aye.
No, I mean,
it's a fair point. But listen, these people have got to work as well. You know what I mean? So it's like I said, it should be the best man for the job. If I went in for an audition and it was something like that, and somebody gave a better audition and they get the job, then fair enough. I get the whole equality thing, right? But say for example, there was two people applying for the fire brigade, right? Mm-hmm. I want the one that's more capable of saving me from a fire. Mm-hmm. Then I want the one that fits into a certain bracket.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? So
it's got to be able to pass the test, the fitness test. Exactly. Can they steady themselves on a ladder?
See, when it comes to acting, it's not about that. It's about who can give the best performance
of a fireman.
Exactly. So that's the thing. You know, if these people are let Hornswoggle audition for the role by all means. But if he's not as good an actor as Idris Elba,
no.
Do you know what I mean? You're going to get a better movie with Idris Elba.
Did you know he was a bit of an arsehole to you?
Hornswoggle? He wasn't a bit of an arsehole. He just got off a fucking 9-hour flight and he was pissed off.
But do you know? I done a Comic Con with him once, right?
Aye.
And he was
doesn't like all dwarfs, didn't you?
Well, that's the feeling that I got. Right? There was this. It was a dwarf who came dressed as Hornswoggle. He came with all the beard on, the green thing way, and I was going to Hornswoggle because we're standing behind the table signing autographs. I'm going, look at that. I was like, look, he's dressed like you. Like, he's just dressed up as you, right? And I thought he would have went, oh, how you doing, man? And he was like, fucking hell, man.
Seriously?
He was gutted, and I thought he's. The guy was devastated. The boy was devastated.
What I will say is he quite clearly does what he does because he's got a son, right? And him and his son
he's a great dad. I've got him on Facebook.
Muckles, man.
Right? I love his Facebook posts.
It's brilliant. He does it on Instagram and all that, and that's kind of the reason why I started getting into wrestling and stuff like that, right? Because Keane liked it. I was like, well, if I can do that, I can show him that when he grows up, he can do it.
And they can do it.
Do you know what I mean? But Hornswoggle's boy, he's not a dwarf.
That's right.
He's about fucking 6 foot already.
And he would look good wrestling because exactly. I'm sure he's going to. But remember that time?
Son of Swoggle?
Aye, Son of Swoggle. That's a great name. Have I told you? I'm sure I've told you a story about when we came at that Comic Con. Right? And obviously at Comic Con, it's like $10 to get a selfie, right? You pay the $10 and all that, whatever. But me and him were going to a comedy club later that night, so we done all our signings. So
was he standing on the stage so folk could laugh at him?
No, we were watching it. Somebody was on in the crowd, right? Somebody was on the stage. We were going to watch it, and we came out of the place that we're doing autographs. We crossed the street, so we're away for the Comic Con place, and somebody stopped him and went, Swoggle, can I get a picture? And he went, yes, no problem. And the guy like kind of leaned over to get a picture of him, and he went, just 10. I went, mate, you can't charge the guy.
No, outside.
He went, just 10.
Karma tried that with me.
Who done that?
Karma. You know Karma? She was Awesome Kong.
Oh, did she?
She was working for Fierce Females in the town. And
she was brilliant, Awesome Kong.
Aye, she was.
You don't charge money for that.
Well, that's the thing, man. I had been obviously in amongst it because I worked with ICW and stuff, and they were like a sister company to us. And I was like, I mind we get a quick wee selfie. She's like, yeah, that'll be $20. I was like, I'm not paying you $20. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, I work for the company. She's like, oh, all right, no problem.
That's embarrassing.
But I'm like, it was in a nightclub asking for 20 quid for a selfie.
Anyway, we'll talk about how Bob's not here.
Aye, so Bob has been caught up in the wildfires in Rhodes. And we've not heard from him. We don't know. We're actually quite worried about him, to be honest.
He's supposed to be flying back today, isn't he?
Aye, but I heard that his plane went on fire.
Right.
So I'm just telling you, like it is, man.
Where is he coming back for?
He's coming back for Rhodes. So if you've seen the news, you'll know that Rhodes has been swept by wildfires.
Did he get his wains and his missus, or to jump into a motor and they come back in a Corfu?
A Corfu along the roads. A Corfu along the roads.
Corfu's in Greece, isn't it?
Aye, mate. That's nice. That's nice of you.
Can we just clear up that there is no plane on fire?
Aye.
Just in case the Daily Record gets a fucking holiday or something.
Aye.
You and Cameron.
That was just a myth.
Oh, nice. You're acting like a god today. There we go.
You could do the one, the Athens one.
Ah, man, it's like he went over there to meet John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John.
That's the one I was thinking about.
That's a different Grease, innit?
Oh, man.
Fuck's sake. Right, so anyway, that's been this week's episode of A Pint and Two Shot.
I was going to say he was there visiting his auntie.
What was it?
Oh, he's
Oh, he was, man, but he's trying to keep that discreet.
I get it, mate. Why can I not hinky any?
Mate, it's not like you, man.
I know.
Mate, you're meant to be carrying me today, mate.
I know, but it
I'm
turns
not
out you're
well.
carrying me.
I'm not well today.
Love lift us up where we belong. So anyway, you finished filming Two Doors Down.
Mm-hmm.
You're moving on to another project that you let slip before.
What one is that?
The
Scotland's Greatest Escape.
Aye, you're spreading yourself off, I think.
Well, I think that's what it might be, mate. As I say, because obviously, I feel as if every time I come on here and I say that I'm no wheel. But look,
I might actually put you on my celebrity death.
Look at that.
That's kiddie on.
No, it's no. I swear to God, look.
For the audio listeners, Grado's like shaking.
Rattling.
I done a job and it was Deep Crimson.
Deep.
It was. I just wanted to say Deep Crimson, right? No, because there was a guy I used to work with in the fire brigade, right?
Aye.
And he used to always get told off because he wouldn't.
Was he the best man for the job?
What?
He was in the fire
He was
brigade.
the best man for the job. He ticked all the boxes.
Best man for the job, eh?
He went, but he kept. What he would do is, like, he would never flush the toilet, right? He would, and another guy that I worked with came up and went, "Have you seen what he's left again today?" And I went, "What?" And he went, "Another one of those. It's bloody Deep Crimson." The colour is shite. Deep Crimson.
Must have been drinking red wine or something like that.
Aye.
That's hellish. Aye, so I think we've had enough talk about bowel movements for this episode. But like I says, man, you're going to need to take some time off, man. You need to rest up.
Oh, just like you can't, but man, you just better never stops.
Got to keep the.
That's the Rangers man, innit? Better never stops. Aye, good.
It stopped for a while. Aye, mate. Aye, so you're going to end up burning yourself. What do you do to unwind? See once you're off the set and you've got your shoes off and your socks off and you're sitting up on the couch. What do you do? What do you watch? What helps you unwind?
What am I watching on you? I'm watching YouTube.
YouTube. Is there anything in particular?
Well, I like watching stuff like air disasters, obviously.
Right.
Air disasters.
Shark attacks and stuff like
Chef
that.
stuff. I love watching guys making food.
Well, you'll be happy then because El Gordon's coming back.
That's right. Kitchen Nightmares is coming back. That's right.
Do you know what? I had a look at that the other day when I heard it was coming back, and see of all the restaurants that he's went through, there's only like 2 of them that are still open.
Aye.
It's wild, innit? It doesn't actually do much for them.
But it was
gives them a bump for a weekend and that's it.
But that's what would happen, right? He would always go on the first day. Every meal he would try was rotten.
Aye.
Then he would assist it for the night. It was going like a fair. They were right struggling. He would then change a couple of seats round about, move a couple of the pictures, put out a new menu. The first night, again, it would end up going tits up. But then on the second night, it would be tremendous, and then we're all happy again. But then within 6 months, it would shut down.
Oh, you know, I would see if I'd went to one of the restaurants. I think the smell of paint and it would put me off my foot.
Especially if you've gone in opening night.
Exactly. They've just went.
They decorate the place. Do you think they do that in a day? I don't believe they do that in a day.
Well, look at Handy Andy and Carol Smiley. They used to do it in changing rooms, didn't they?
That's right. Did you ever see it when changing rooms come back? The very first episode, the woman walked in and just burst into tears. She's like, I hate it.
And he's
I
changed
hate it. And then that was it. The show was finished.
That was Lawrence. Remember Lawrence? I know Lawrence.
That's right.
If he's still kicking the ball.
Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen.
Is that what his name is?
Aye. He was a double-barreled motherfucker.
What does that mean?
Llewellyn-Bowen.
Oh, right.
No, what you thought, Grado, for fuck's sake.
Well, it's you know what you like.
Aye, I know, but I don't say it on the podcast.
I know.
No, anyway, programmes, I quite like them, but do you know what I've been going to sleep to? You're going to laugh at me here, right? I put on the story of how the universe was formed.
Mate, is that on BBC iPlayer?
It's just on YouTube. What you say, I just stick it on YouTube at night and it plays through. It's on for like 10 hours. I wake up, it's still on, and I always wake up at the same bit, which is weird as fuck. Just like the same bit. It's like, and Homo sapien began to rise from the waters.
I prefer Bart.
Bart sapien. Cowabunga.
Oh, I'm not well, man.
What is happening with you, man? Jesus Christ.
Sorry, man.
I think I might cut that just to save your reputation, Grado.
No, you keep that in.
Oh, man. I'm all holding on that. Sorry.
Take your tap off if you want.
So, have you seen the new Indiana Jones?
I've not, but do you know what I watched the other night? The Flash. Right? And it's been getting panned to death.
Gordon for 2 Doors Down, isn't it?
He is in it, you're right. And do you know what? It was brilliant. And Gordon was good in it as well.
He sells a cheeseburger or something like that.
He sells a sandwich, makes him a sandwich, and while he's making the sandwich, the Flash goes and saves the earth and comes back and his piece is ready.
Wow. I wonder how much you get tuned in for that.
Be a few bob for that, wouldn't it, man?
You never even told me about it.
Is he not wearing like fancier clothes and that?
I've not saw it.
No, I mean...
Is there no somebody for 2 Doors Down in Barbie, or
Sharon Rooney is in Barbie, who played Sophie in 2 Doors Down. She's done brilliant for herself.
She was in that thing with the teacher. Like, the teacher was like having an affair with... No, she got accused of having an affair with a schoolboy, and it was at Sheridan Smith.
Oh.
She was in that as well. She was brilliant in that, so she was...
Was that called McDonald's Girls or something like that? No?
I can't remember, mate. It was good, but I watched it.
She's a great actress, so she was...
She is. Is that how she left? Like, she was obviously going on to bigger things or whatever, she just got written out?
No, she got a part-owned Dumbo.
What, the Disney movie?
Sorry, but that makes me... Oh my God.
The Disney movie, Dumbo.
Sorry.
So she's worked with Danny DeVito?
She got a part-owned Dumbo.
I wonder if she had any scenes with Danny DeVito. I've not seen Dumbo yet.
I've not saw any, but I think that's how she initially had to leave, because she got a thing in there.
Do you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I've only saw 1 episode.
Right, well, it's back, and I didn't know it was back, so I've got about 14 episodes to watch. I watched the first one the other night. It is fucking hilarious, man. Honestly.
That's one thing I've never watched.
Well, see, it took me a while to get into it. I didn't really like the first season or the second season. But then, see, once you get to know the characters, and then you go back and watch the first season and the second season again, you appreciate it more. But they're in 14 seasons or something like that now. And they've never mentioned Wrexham once.
Right.
You're bored, aren't you? You're bored sitting here talking to me.
There's nothing worse. I hate when folk try to tell me about a series. Crofty's trying to tell me about
okay.
now.
Don't ask me what I watch then, you fanny.
I don't think we've got the connection that you and Bob had.
It's not that, it's that you're fucking no well, man.
No, it was good to drift after last night.
What?
Braveheart.
It was on BBC One.
Aye, mate. It's one of the ones, and it's like Titanic. You've got to keep watching it.
Aye, or The Goonies. I know you've not seen The Goonies, but it's like if you're going through the channels and you see it, you watch it to the end.
Tell you what, Mel Gibson's accent for me was actually not that bad.
Oh, mate, come on now.
No, see when
I tell you a story about the time I went to wrestling, right? It was the WWE and the SEC.
I went to that December the 6th, 2002. Jeff Jarrett versus Nathan Jones. Sting versus Lex Luger main event.
No, it was a different one I went to.
Road Dogg, Jesse James versus Scott Steiner the year before.
That's it. It was Road Dogg versus Scott Steiner, right? So Scott Steiner is doing.
I wish I went to that one.
Is doing a promo before the match, right? Now I'm in the first row of the bleachers, right? So I'm above the crowd that are on the floor, right? And Scott Steiner's doing a promo and he says, Scotland, such a terrible country. They had to get an American to play their favourite son. And I shouted, he's Australian, you dick! Right?
So he is.
And he turned round and looked directly at me and my arse collapsed.
I love that.
Mate, honestly,
Scott Steiner is
a crackpot.
Aye.
You know what he's like, you know what I mean?
So he heard you say that?
Aye, well that's how...
But there was about 10,000 folk there.
That's how well his promo was going over, mate.
Scott Steiner's got to be one of the scariest guys. I got a lovely picture of him a couple of years ago now too. The backstage.
Is he a nice guy?
He's a lovely guy.
Aye.
He's a lovely guy. But see what you're saying about Braveheart's... compared to, let's say, like Robert Duvall, I think his accent's not that bad. I think... I love that film.
My mate's Star.
Do you ken him? There was an extra at it.
I know somebody that was one of the main characters in it. Like my mate's
Did he get his ass stabbed? Remember that?
No, he slit Mel Gibson's wife's throat.
Mate.
It was, aye.
You're talking.
I'm not. Mate, look it up. His name's Jerry McSorley. He played Father Todd Unctious and Father Ted as well.
Fact check that now.
This is
Look
brilliant.
it up, mate, honestly.
That is a
His
horrible
name's
scene.
Jerry McSorley.
That is a horrible scene.
Aye, and he was one of the mains in it, right? And what he was supposed to play Martin Sheen's character in The Departed, right? And he got visa issues. He couldn't travel to America, and Martin Sheen got the role because he was obviously able to work in America.
Oh my god.
That would have been him. He would have been over the top there. With, like, that was a huge movie, The Departed. Have you seen it?
The Departed, ding 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 ding.
Yes. Aye, shipping up to Boston. Aye, great film, man. But aye, that was hanging.
Fact check.
Oh, is that true?
True story.
Oh my god, that's
I like you
class.
got a wee fact check in your background there. That's good.
Do you ken the wee old guy that was licking her face in the tent?
No. How do you?
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Ah, he's a creep, man.
That's a horrible scene, in it? And that is
Aye, it's a tough wank.
creepy.
Not as tough as the last
He
scene.
gets his comeuppance back.
Aye, they all get their comeuppance in the
do.
end. Most of them anyway.
But
Do you
there's
know
a-
what? Does it make you feel proud to be Scottish?
I suppose it kind of does, but
Would you rather see?
I wouldn't let it like. I know.
Which you think gives you a better representation of Scotland, that or train spotting?
Train spotting. Do you know what somebody said to me the other day?
What?
I loved you in River City. I loved you in Scott Squad, but I loved you in the scheme.
Who did they think you were?
Fuck knows.
Do you know what? I
It was
thought you were gonna say-
it was an estate agent. She was going, oh, me and my family love you and all that. 2 doors down, and then she went like, and you were in the scheme and all, weren't you?
Mate.
I'm far too fat to have been on the Blues on the scheme.
Far too fat to have been jagging up at that point in time.
It's me, the Blues. Bill, I've got them on Facebook.
Happy as Larry. Remember they never showed the last episode?
Aye, but then it got leaked. Didn't
Aye,
it?
it's online, isn't it? The last
It was
episode.
episode 4.
That's wild. That's what's happened to some of the folk after that show. Like,
Well, that's why a lot of folk see how for the Insane Fight Club, the first Insane Fight Club, a lot of folk didn't want to.
maybe that's what
do
she's
it.
get mixed up with.
Might have been
Insane
Aye.
Fight Club.
Well, a lot of wrestlers didn't want to touch it because it was just like on the coattails of. Like,
Well, I would have said that the scheme was more like, for want of a better phrase, this is what was used. It was like poverty porn at the
it
time,
was, wasn't it?
right? But I thought Insane Fight Club was more look what you can achieve if you work hard.
Aye, group of boys for the west of Scotland doing well, living their dreams. That kind
Exactly,
of. Aye.
exactly, man. It's like
And then the scheme was kind of like I was,
this is what you don't do, but Insane Fight Club is this
But
is what you do.
but also shows you that it existed.
Well, that's it. It's good to shine a light on that sort of thing because people kind of like they dismiss folk. You know what I mean? And it's quite harsh at times, but everybody's fighting their own battles, and you're dying to laugh here, aren't you? But you understand what I'm saying?
No, but you're good at this. You're good at this.
Everybody is fighting their own battles, and you've got to. You just need to respect people for who they are. You know what I mean? If Big Marv walked in the door, I'd be like, "All right, Big Marv."
I know.
You know what I mean? How you doing?
Sure, your man Brian Matthews, he went on a date with Dana.
Did he?
Aye, that was all the papers. I remember that.
Did he gear the bullet? There we go.
Oh
That's
my
us.
God,
We're off
there we go,
now.
we're
We're off
off,
now.
we're
There we
off,
go. Only
we're
took
off.
us fucking half an hour.
I know, man. I'm struggling. I do apologise.
Don't worry about it.
As I say, it's just I don't know what it is, mate. I don't know if I've not been taking my clean greens. I've not been taking
You've
them.
not been taking them. We don't mention them until they come on board.
That's what I was going to say.
Sponsor.
There's no more until they answer my email, see if they want to sponsors. Because a lot of folk have been emailing me going, I think I've got IBD, I think I've got IBS.
Aye.
And
What's IBD?
this irritable bowel disease.
What's that?
We're just
Is
shite all the time.
it the same as IBS?
I think so. It's, you say tomato, I say tomato.
You say tomato, I say diarrhea.
Aye. One of them's, I think, more extreme than the other. I think one of them's more
If
associated.
something's called a disease, it's got to be worse than a syndrome,
Well,
innit? Do you know that there's a thing called fish aroma syndrome?
no.
Fish aroma syndrome. Billy Connolly talks about it. It's an actual thing where no matter what you do, you honk a fish. It's like it comes out your pores. Your sweat smells like fish.
That's fucking me. I don't know. Mate, I've just waited down the stairs.
I know.
That's the last thing I want to do is start thinking about folk smell like fish all day.
Oh, well, at least you're no smelling folk that smell like fish all day.
But it's taking me back to when I used to. There's somebody that I knew that used to smell like fish all the time. It was a
Is it
shame.
fishmonger? Must be hard being a fishmonger trying to get that honk off you at night.
No, I know.
Terrible.
It says there's no cure to that fish aroma thing.
It's a real thing too, innit? See, fact check, see? I'm like a fucking encyclopedia the day, innit?
All the symptoms is basically what Grado's going through.
You kidding on? Read it.
Sweat,
Oh,
dirty
tick.
breath.
Outy breath. Does it say anything about smelly breath?
You've got a
Smells like
cracked
fish.
tooth.
Oh, that's what it means, actually, smelly breath. Yeah, is your pish stinking or not?
My pish always smells.
You've got fish aroma, mate.
You've got FAS.
You've got the fast.
You've got the fast. Oh no, you heard about Grado, what? He's got the fast.
He's come down with the fast.
Oh Christ, that's the last thing he's needing. Had to go with his IBS, Christ almighty. Right, so what have you been up to this week apart from hanging apart from heard you made a wee beef casserole. Was it good?
Oh, hold on.
I like when you cook, but because your food always looks class when you show us the photos of it, man.
Aye. Well, yesterday I put on a wee beef casserole. It was just kind of a basic stuff, mate. Just with I got an Asda delivery, and I got my beef stew. In actual fact, it was a bit of a nightmare because I'd ordered beef diced stew, but it came as a replacement, and I get the stir fry strips. Well, I didn't want to do that, did I? So I just get the way in the back of the motor, and I went to Sainsbury's and managed to get diced beef. And
So did you
I put tomato puree in my beef casserole.
I put tomato puree in it as
you?
well, and my steak pie. Aye.
Do you put tomato puree in your cottage pie?
I don't make cottage pie, but
Try doing
cottage pie should have tomato puree in it. It should be like a tomato.
Well, I didn't know that. My mother definitely never put tomato puree back on it back in the day.
Ah, come on. Your mum flew by the seat of your pants in the
just
kitchen,
didn't.
bro.
Not a care in the world.
Didn't give a fuck, did she?
Not a jot.
Tell
She
me
didn't
this.
care.
I was
She
watching.
loved her good old ham hoke and her lentil soup.
Do you ever make roast potatoes?
Aye, I've got.
Do you make them fresh? Like real potatoes, like make them yourself. You don't get them at the freezer or anything. You make real potatoes.
I parboil them and give them a bit of a smashing.
Here's one for you. Yeah, a rumble. You call it a rumble.
Aye, you sugar it a bit.
Have you ever? I was watching a video the other day, right? How to make the perfect Sunday roast, right?
Aye.
And the guy boiled his potatoes in chicken stock.
Oh, they've started.
Have you done that before?
Mate, do you know what? Aye, because there's a guy that does it in the air fryer. Do you not see these air fryer recipes that pop up? It's always an Irish guy.
It's probably the same guy you're watching.
If you're needing some air fryer recipes, this quick 20-minute Cajun chicken pasta.
I know the guy you're talking about.
Mate, but there's no just him.
They get
It's all Irish folk.
No, there's a guy I
This'll
watch.
take you 2 minutes in the air fryer. And keep you going at work.
There's a guy I watch, and when he's putting the stuff in, he goes like, stick that in the babe magnet for 12 minutes. And he puts that in.
And he calls them chicken boobies and all that.
Chicken boobies and that.
Aye,
He's
aye.
good, man. I can't remember his name, but he's good.
Steph's father was like to me a couple of weeks ago with the air fryer. Could it cook mince? Does it boil tatties? Ken, for the air fryer.
It does everything, man.
I guess I was laughing when he said it, but I thought it kind of probably does do mince,
All you
doesn't it?
need to do is take the tray out and hang it.
I make toast in it.
Toast?
I just put a bit of bread in the boat, mate, and it saves me getting the toaster out. Because my toaster's laid by.
Hold on a minute here. Would that essentially not be fried bread then rather than toast?
Well, unless you...
It's not called an air toaster.
I think it's alright because it's... You're not, I don't need to put
Oil or anything
like that on it.
I've never tried that.
But it does. But what? It does it evenly.
You can do boiled eggs in it.
Oh no!
It's fucking wild,
Well,
man.
it's
It's the greatest invention
It is, isn't it?
in the last 20 years.
Have you got a double duke it?
Of course I haven't.
9 litres.
No, I've got a 6.5 litre. We bought a Ninja.
You've got a Snyder.
No, mate, I done all my research and everything on it. It's one of the first things that I've actually went, I want to get the best one that I can get here.
Aye, you want to know singing or dancing,
So-
it's the top of the range.
But eventually I bought the Ninja one, and see the two drawers, the two Ninja ones,
Aye.
didn't fit as much in as my single drawer that I've got. So I'm sticking to the single Casori one. It's a belter, honestly.
A Castori one?
Casori, it's called.
Oh, Casori.
It's an Italian company, and when I done all the checks and all that, that's the one that came out the best. So if Casori want to sponsor us, we're at a pint and 2 shots, and you can get in touch with G4 Claims and they'll sort it all out.
What do you put down when you're making food in the air fryer? Do you put any sort of like tin foil down?
I've got a silicone thing for it.
But they're murder. They're roasting.
Right.
When you take it out,
It's not
and
just
they're hard
that.
to wash.
Well, that was the point I was just going to make. Sammy made something in it yesterday, and she's like, I made something in the air fryer, I took it out, and I could still kind of taste what fairy liquid, like the dishwasher stuff. She's like, tastes a bit lemony, and I was like, hold on a minute. took it. Sure enough, it smelt like it as well. And I think it just doesn't rinse properly in the dishwasher.
Well, you know that you can just put faired up liquid in the actual air fryer? You can't anymore?
Not in mine. Mine's just getting me.
You can do it in mine.
You need to, see if you put it in, it would fuck it basically. It would fuck it with mine.
I put it in mine. You just put it in and then you put the air fryer on for 2-3 minutes and it cleans it off.
Aye, it's cracking. But I've got these wee, let's say, like wee paper, the same material that you get cupcakes.
Aye.
I've got one of them. You just sit them down. You just sit it.
Like a paper liner.
Aye, and then you throw it away at the end of the day.
Aye. Well, I think I might get them because I think the rubber ones are out the window.
Aye, the rubber ones are safe because you've got to use a pair of tongs because you burn your fingers.
Aye, so the paper one's no hot then.
No.
Still need to stick your fingers in the air fryer, but it's a dangerous game.
Aye, no, you're right.
It's a dangerous game.
I've been caught out a couple of times with that.
Fucking nightmare.
Aye.
That's all we're needing you to burn your fingers off.
I know. Fuck air fryers.
Aye, you're right. Put them in the bin. Fuck you, Kasori. G4 claims if you've been in an accident can make things easy for you, as long as it's not been your fault though. Can't be your fault now. Everybody else's fault apart from yours. Give Nicole and the gang a call on 01698 767 172. That's 01698 767 172. They will sort you out with a like-for-like vehicle and they'll deal with everything for the day that the crash happens until the day you're paid out, and you'll get a 100% of your claim, as the wee jingle says that I sang a minute ago. So, remember, get in touch with Nicole and the gang at G4 Claims. That's G4 Claims, not at Fault Claims. Made easy. You alright, Grado?
You're good at that.
Thanks, mate.
Do that yourself. That was really good, man.
Thanks. Right, so this is Monday and we've just heard that Kylian Mbappe has been linked with a move to Al Hilal. Am I right? I think it's Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia. Grado, get this right. £300 million transfer fee.
Wow.
Which would make him comfortably the most expensive footballer in the history of the game, right? But wait for this. £13 million a week.
Well, that would keep you going, wouldn't it? I mean, that is outrageous.
But he's only signing a 1 year deal.
That's what you do. Get in and get out.
Well, that's
Get in, make your dough for a year and then come back.
Aye, but
it's a no-brainer.
But the thing is, it gets to January, right? Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool, Man United, Man City can all vie for his signature for free. So, because he's going to be out of contract after 6 months, essentially.
Oh, so you
He's
can
only
get
he's only going to sign a 1 year deal.
So you could get him on a pre-contract
In January.
That's interesting.
I know. So that
apparently some of the contracts there, you can't take your money out for 2 years.
Right.
Which would explain.
that would you beats a sweat would be rattling down you every day. One, because it's in Saudi Arabia, but also the fact that you're constantly checking your bank going, am I going to get paid off this mob?
I don't think Kylian Mbappe's worried about money, Grado.
Aye, but if you think that you're going to put your career on the line to go to Saudi Arabia and you're going to make that amount of money, but the money doesn't clear in 2 years, what if there's a credit crunch?
I'm pretty sure that he'll have in his contract that he can take his money whenever he wants, surely.
Either way, you're right, but he's not going to suffer. But this is the way of the world now. I think this is, you're going to find this more often. You know, tell me that Gerrard's after the centre half that played for Celtic, the young boy.
Jack Hendry. Aye, it's wild, isn't it, man?
Isn't it?
He's taken, he's signed Jordan Henderson, he's signing Jack Hendry, and there was another one. Who was the other one? Do you remember?
Moussa Dembele.
Moussa Dembele. He's signed him on
linked, but I don't...
Wow.
He's supposedly signing him on a free.
That's Gerrard now. I think he's like the 6th highest paid manager in the world now. Yeah,
One trophy to his name.
I know. It was a good one, but it was a good one.
I can't remember much about it.
It was a good one.
I think I've blurred that one out of my memory.
But he does. I mean, for all Gerrard, I mean, to me, he was no ifs and doubts about it. He was one of my heroes for what he done winning 55. But to be the 6th highest paid, I mean, I think he's above the Man U manager. I think he's above.
Have you seen the Fulham managers just turned down a $40 million a year contract to go to a Saudi club?
Was it?
Staying with Fulham. Aye. So
Tony Khan.
Well, of course, I never even thought of that, actually.
Tony Khan, the Khan's are one of the richest people in the world, so you might be getting tuned in with that as well.
Possibly.
What was I going to say? And we're all laughing at Gerrard, kind of all these memes, like kind of he's doing remember we were laughing at it a couple of weeks ago about Gerrard. He's the one laughing, man.
Exactly.
Get in for a year and get it.
I mean,
that's what they all want to do.
He probably makes in a day what I make in a year.
Unreal, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? That's, when you think about it, it's wild, isn't it? I'm confident that I could guide a Saudi team in the Championship.
Wait, have you ever actually watched any of their games?
No, mate. I've never. But I think
they-
curiosity's going to get the better of me with this. I'm going to I don't think I'd sit down and watch like what you said. Oh, I need to get on. Oh, the Al Hilal. I need to go up the road. The Al Hilal games on at 7:30. It's not going to be like that. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be like I'll stick the highlights on.
Aye, the YouTube highlights. Maybe a week in a magazine show. Kind of wee
Exactly.
roundup. Aye.
Football Arabia. Look, no, we need to do as well. We need to get the L Fantasy Football up and running for the Patreon.
All right, okay.
For the Patreon. So
I don't know many things I've been asked to go and fit my fantasy team. I get it all the time.
I know, but I think everybody's quite well aware that you'll pick a team and never change it, and either end up winning it or coming bottom of the league. There's no two ways about it.
I've been keeping my nose in with regards to watching some of the old Rangers games.
Aye.
I watched some of the match last Wednesday. Watched Saturday. Have you
What was
seen
the
it?
Wednesday game? Was that Newcastle?
Newcastle.
That was Alan McGregor's testimonial.
Aye. Sold out. I couldn't get a ticket.
You couldn't get a ticket.
Couldn't get a ticket, man. I wanted to take.
That's because your boys away to America now. You've no chance of a ticket for anything.
know.
Better hope you don't get to Manchester or Seville again.
I know.
Up a gum tree, man.
By the way, he's still playing away. Like he's
done 2
season's still
seasons in
on.
a row, basically.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He was on the bench for quite a lot of the season, but he must be absolutely bust. He's just no stop.
Well, that he's just a naturally fit guy.
Well, no, he is one of the naturally fit guys because I'm sure he done an interview about 6 months ago, and I think they all got the odd bleep tests or whatever,
Aye.
and he was like one of the highest rated.
Really?
Aye.
sake.
What's your thoughts on the Champions League draw, Grado?
Genk.
Or Servette?
Well, for what I heard,
Oh,
apparently
did you get Genk?
Aye,
User up a gum tree. I watched. I'm not kidding on when I say this. I had them on my coupon every week last season. They were hammering teams left, right, and centre, man.
Well, I had a wee look on Twitter. the Greco and Greco brothers are going like. But seriously, I think that's one with the hardest. The one of the
That's
hardest
probably
ties to
the
get.
hardest draw that you could have got. I
Is
would
it
say.
no? Or here he comes in. There's Greco. I don't.
No.
That's St. Higgian team that we played. They nearly won the league. They were passion, so
Ah, well, that's true. That's true. But you never know. They went on quite well in the conference at Union Singular. Aye. Matondo was good in Belgium.
Oh, man. What are they going to do with him? They need to get rid of some of these players.
Listen,
Matondo and all the rest of it.
it's a. I think he's a.
He had another chance here on Saturday. And, you know, one last chance here, one last hurrah for
Was
this
he
young boy.
rotten again?
I mean, can you believe I sat here last year saying that Matondo was going to be player of the season? I did genuinely think he is going to be our star player this year. They two for it, but I don't know what's.
Do you know where it puts that?
Did he not go for 11 million at one point?
I think it
Beggars
was, I think it
believe.
was like 12 million he went to.
It puts a nail in the hole. You only need to be fast to make it in Scotland, as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've got obviously Maeda, who's rapid, and he done pretty well last season. But I think, for what I'm hearing, I think Rodgers is going to be playing 2 up top, and it's going to be him and Kyogo.
Well, I think Rangers might play 2 up top and off. We get this Danilo.
Bring back 4-4-2, man.
Let's do it.
When was the last time you heard of a right good strike partnership?
I know.
Know what I mean?
Danilo and Dezels,
The double D's.
the double Ds.
Like, is there a pair of tits? Do you think he's will sign Danilo?
I think it looks as if it's close to coming, is it not? Because what, 6.5 million, it's a lot
It's
of money
a fair
for us
chunk
to-
of change.
It's a fair chunk of change, oh boy. And what's his salaries meant to be?
It was reported like 39 a week.
What, he's on 39 a week, you know?
No, Feyenoord are paying like half that, but it was reported that Rangers were paying him about 39 grand. a week,
That's wild, isn't it?
which would make him probably
Mate.
the top earner, maybe Jack Butland's.
Has he got a first name?
Dan. His name's Danilo.
Has he got a real Christian name?
I don't know. The Brazilian players have always got about 42 names, man.
Mate, he's Brazilian and he's got one name.
No, his name's Danilo Pereira da Silva.
There we
Fuck,
go.
that's a player. That is a player. Come on, you try to tell me he's not going to bang him in next year. What's his name? Danilo Bianca Silva?
Danilo Bianca
Come
Silva.
on, you must be sitting there shaking yourselves with that
I'm
kind of name.
absolutely shitting
He
myself.
sounds tremendous.
It's like,
He's in my fantasy football league.
you putting him in your team, aye? See player of the year this year, mate?
He's player of the year. Him and what about this for a fucking name for a good football player? Cyril.
Cyril Dessers.
I kent somebody that had an auntie called...
Seen that chance he had at the weekend there.
Auntie Senga and Uncle Cyril. Senga and Cyril.
Do you know he done well with that chance they had at the weekend?
Oh man, he fucking hit the fucking corner flag, didn't he? Oh no.
Nearly put it into fucking actual Copeland Road, not just the Copeland Road stand.
Okay.
Actual Copeland Road, but
I tell you how I like the look of dog. Lammers looks good.
Aye.
No, he reminds me, right? And don't laugh at me because I know he's not playing in the exact same position, but see just the way he stats and stuff like that. Can I mean a kind of Yelovich type of player, big, tall. Did you say that?
So, one of the boys in their chat said that.
Just because I don't know, he's figuring the way he holds the ball and the way he runs, and it's the first time I've been excited for a player. Well, saying that's a lot of shite. I'm always getting excited about players, and then you end up getting let down, don't you? But he looks really good. I have to say. Dow had a couple of nice touches in the last couple of games as well.
Dow? Kieran boy for Norwich.
Aye. How's Celtic going on? I see Hart threw in a couple of goals. But the one I saw that didn't look that bad. It was a kind of scuffle.
The one that he went down and had the ball in his hands and rolled out to the boy.
I think that's a kind of difficult
one. I'm sorry, mate. No. When you're a former most capped England goalie and all that stuff, do you know what I mean? Well, Peter Shilton, but apart from him, I think he's got the most, hasn't he?
You've never really liked him too, have you?
Do you know, I don't think he's up to the task for like Champions League football and that. I really don't. And I think he's a great player to have in the dressing room and have around the squad. Like, you understand what I mean? Like a great motivator and all that. Like the way Arfield probably was at Ibrox.
And also, I'll let you keep talking.
But I just think his best days are by him now.
See, for his age too, but I think he's going to want to sit the bench.
I think if he's picking up a wage, do you know what I mean? If he's getting a decent wage, I think he's at the point in his career where he maybe would. That's why he left Spurs, in fact, innit? Because he didn't want to be sitting on the bench. So if he was to leave, he would leave him with my good graces. But I just don't think I think goalkeeper is definitely a position we need to strengthen.
It's funny you're saying that about having an influence in the dressing room. I found that quite interesting when Balogun had his press conference and he said that Beale told him one of the reasons that he brought him back up was because he's a calming influence in the dressing room.
Right.
Ken obviously...
I'm just trying to remember this guy's name.
The interview was impressive, wasn't
it? I really liked it.
Wait a minute, Celtic 2 minutes ago have just announced welcome to Celtic, Hyoi Kyu Kwon. So that's 2 signings a day.
What country is he from?
2 South Korean boys, Hyung Jun Yang and Hyoi Kyu Kwon. Fuck's sake, man.
But they know what they're doing.
I know.
What's your thoughts on they too?
I'd done a grado and I watched the YouTube video.
Did you actually?
Aye, and I've decided that he's the best player since Neymar.
Aye.
The winger. And the defensive mid looks alright, but you never know what's going to turn up in Scottish football. You know, these players look good on YouTube videos, but you never actually know until you see them playing.
Once they get how physical Scottish football is, so sometimes they get a big wake up call.
But what I was told a while ago that these signings have been made for a decent length of time, and they were to be announced in the South Korean leg of the Asian tour, and that obviously get cancelled because Wolves pulled out of the match. So we're now playing Wolves in Dublin, and they've had to just announce these players as just on a random Monday afternoon. On
a whim.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? So it's
have you got any more pre-season friendlies?
We're playing Wolves, then we've got James Forrest testimonial against Bilbao at Parkhead, and I'm sure we're playing somebody else. It'll likely be Blackburn or some shit like that.
You'd be able to get a ticket for that one, Maybe gone.
Apparently the ticket sales for James Forrest testimonials.
Well, it's not really a kind of star Bilbao. You know what I mean?
I know, but it's not that. You turn up for the player.
No, I
feel a bit shite for James Forrest. Right, the reason being
was on last season. The first 3-4 months he was absolutely.
There was a season where he get 20 goals and 20 assists. Do you know what I mean? And they numbers are superstar numbers, but he's never been viewed that way.
But do you think it's got a lot to do with as well as it's different if he was leaving the club?
Maybe aye. But
you know, if there's somebody that's they're there to say their goodbyes and stuff like that, it's maybe a bit. Maybe that's got something to do with it. I know he's not hanging on. Remember back in the day, like the testimonials would go in their back pocket? Does that not happen anymore?
No, I think with the fact that these players, maybe like Ricky Little's testimonial, I don't know if he would have donated the money to charity or what, but I think with the wages that
I think
players...
it's maybe different with Because I mean, it's not as if he would have been had a great wage. I think that would be
the wages that players are on nowadays. It's more or less expected that they donate it to charity. Aye. Whereas, you know, it's the amount of money that they would make for a testimonial is life changing to most people.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? But it wouldn't be to them. So I think it's kind of frowned upon if you keep it in your back pocket now. But
I don't even think I've been. Do you know what? I don't think I've ever been to a testimonial.
I've been to a couple.
I don't think I've ever. I think I've always missed them. I missed Alan McCoy's. I remember John Brown's. I can't think the last time we had a testimonial before Alan McGregor.
There was Ted McMinn's at
Ted McMinn's doing at Derby with the big linesman with the big flag.
Ted McMinn.
He once wandering Everton.
Aye.
Wandering Sunday.
I went to Ryan Giggs' testimonial at Old Trafford with Celtic versus Man United, obviously. What a fucking game it was, man. Because it was like Celtic were the champions of Scotland, Man United were the champions of England. Both teams played full strength teams. And then later on in the second half, Man United brought Cantona on, and it was...
I'm sure we played Man United in a pre-season friendly about 95 or 96 or something like that when Gaza signed, and I don't remember it being a full house. It was like Rangers, Man U, Sampdoria, and
that tournament, Gaza gets sent off. It was Stoya Bucharest was the other team.
I don't know, was it Stoya Bucharest? I remember we did play Stoya Bucharest, but I thought that was maybe in the UEFA Cup.
Was it?
Or qualifying. I could be wrong. No, I think you might be right. I think you might be right, actually.
It was...
Was it no Cantona that gets sent off?
Cantona gets sent off, was it?
Gaza didn't
so
get sent off.
Cantona gets sent off at Ibrox, that's right. But
That's when
Gaza done the gesture.
Aye.
Is it gesture or gesture? That's how I never get in the post.
Gesture. So anyway, I went to Paul McStay's, that was against Man United as well, and I went to Peter Grant's, which was against Bayern Munich, and I'll never forget, a boy ran onto the pitch just as the second half was kicking off, ran all the way to the centre circle just to get Jurgen Klinsmann's autograph. Klinsmann signed it and the boy got huckled with a police. Just a young boy too, you know what I mean? But
see, back in the day, that's no...
Could I had a gun on him, Grado?
You've got to watch.
Exactly, but...
Football safety comes first.
Correct. But some of the teams that you used to attract, like you're saying there, like it's Athletic Bilbao.
I thought he would have done that,
is it Bilbao?
Is his brother still playing with United?
He's with Livingston. No, he's with Hearts.
Oh, is he with Hearts?
He's with Hearts now, isn't he?
Alan.
I think Alan Forrest, aye. But it's a shame because he's been a great servant to Celtic, and I don't think he gets the respect he deserves. I was maybe a wee bit guilty of it for a while because he was a bit of a whipping boy for a while, and I think that's kind of carried on. But like I say, he's been a good servant to the club. But I think his arse is out the window now because they've signed another winger, and there's going to be more players coming in as well. We're linked with a boy for Brazil, Ferreira or something like that.
Oh, we had a Ferreira.
But he's been injured the last 2
years. Did we have a Ferreira?
Been injured for the most.
Him that was taking all the 40s.
That's Herrera.
Oh, Herrera.
He climbed every Monroe in Scotland.
Aye, that's right. Aye.
When he was at Ibrox.
Aye.
Did he?
What was his name again? Ed Ferreira. Ed Herrera.
Eduardo Herrera.
Ed Herrera.
He loved to visit to our castle.
Was he a Mexican fella? Colombian or something like that?
No, he was Mexican.
What else have we got? What else have we got to talk about football wise?
What have we done now?
Oh, we've had the League Cup. The League Cup's kicked off. It's going with the Scottish League Cup kicked off since the last episode.
Aye, but is it going to be finished by the time they're not going to have a channel to play the thing on?
Viaplay, that's a good shout actually. What's going on there?
I think the Parliament have tried to interject and try to see if BBC... in fact, I'm totally fucking making this up here, but I'm sure...
Make it up, feel free.
No, I'm sure there was a guy in the Parliament this week was basically calling on like BBC to try and take over the Scottish... I could be getting this wrong, but aye. But there you go, mate.
It's mad, innit?
I mean, it is crazy that we have to pay another £10.
Many have we seen that, though? Many times have we seen that? Satanta away.
Premier Sports.
Well, that's still kicking about. But that changed to Viaplay.
But I don't know if it did. I'm sure I read that it never.
Is Premier Sports still a thing?
No, but I know what you're thinking, that Viaplay just took over Premier Sports. I don't think that was the case. I know you're thinking that.
I thought it was.
Maybe you're right.
But so these fly-by-night companies come in, spunk their load on the rights to these things, can't afford it.
I mean, where else do you have to pay for so many different competitions apart from Scottish football?
Exactly, you're right.
I mean, honestly,
you're right. Everything in England's on Sky, BT, or BBC.
Don't get me wrong, I think they were...
Fuck, even the England international games are on Channel 4.
Aye. Why
Know
can
what I
we
mean?
not, why can we not get that?
Because nobody wants to watch Scotland, but it's going to change soon.
Why I play bot Premier Sports?
Oh, sorry, I tell a lie then.
So it's going to change soon the way Scotland are going. We're doing well now, man. And the fact is now we might not be able to watch the Scotland games because they've got the rights to it and they're not going to be broadcasting.
That's what I read. The guys went to the BBC to see if the BBC... I think he's actually approached STV and BBC to say, can you pick up these games?
Why don't the two of them just join hands and make a joint bid for it and get like one each?
Aye.
You know what I mean? One on BBC, one on STV.
ITV, they split in for it. I'm sure they've probably
Do you know
done
what? This is the perfect time to start that fucking football Netflix thing that we've been talking about.
Scotland games should always be able to watch, I think.
It should be. Do you know the World Cup needs to be on terrestrial TV because it's a world tournament? Everybody should be allowed to watch it. That's the rules, right? That is the rules because it's a world tournament. You notice with the World Athletics and all of that, it's all on terrestrial TV. Any sort of world tournament. I think it should be the same for international games. I think you're right what you're saying there, Grant, because it's like they're going to drive people to buying dodgy fire sticks and stuff like that to watch.
How about they?
Apparently, some folk get these things right where you can get the football for like a couple of quid.
Joking.
It's mad.
But mate,
it's mad.
But see, when you think about that you have got a point. See the Pint, this tenner a month, and then you cancel it when it's
not even that. You pay a tenner a month.
You cancel it, and you pay the £10 a month, and it says fucking satellite signal no working. I've had that a couple of times.
It's
or it cannot log in. Not log in. Log me out. Log me in.
And not just that as well. Like my dad had it right. We hear Premier Sports, but he was paying. Let's say it's a tenner a month, right? And it was only for. Remember they used to put the Rangers and the Celtic Champions League qualifying games on.
Aye.
Remember? So he would watch that. And then for the rest of the year, he's no watching the station at all, and it's costing him like 120 quid a year.
And it's more hassle than he's worth to phone up and sit in a hotline.
And it's a nightmare trying to cancel it as well.
It is.
So, you're right, man. It's an absolute shambles. They need to get their heads knocked together and just.
There's also there's no appetite for like I can't imagine Rangers and Celtic fans watch a lot of other football with.
Well, there you go. I think Motherwell versus Queen's Park was on that Viaplay on Saturday. I didn't know about that until this morning.
I can't speak for everybody, obviously.
No, you can't. You can't. And
no, it's Queen of the South. Marlow and Queen of the South.
Oh, was it Queen of the South? I thought
each.
they played Queen of the South last week, but they played Queen's Park on
Was
Saturday.
it? What was the 3 each game? You should know. You sponsor them.
Queen of the South.
I thought you said Queen of the
I
South.
bet they beat
Queen's Park.
I bet they played Queen's Park on Saturday and beat them 1-0.
Beat 1-0.
Did they? See, Lennon Miller get his first goal.
You're joking, did he?
First goal,
for in the Motherwell first team?
Aye. He's played every game, started every game.
You said right for years ago that boy was going to become an absolute baller, didn't he?
Aye. I seen it coming, man, but he'll not be at Motherwell for long, I don't think.
He was the youngest scorer then, wasn't he?
What age is he 16?
Aye, he's only 16.
Oh, you want
He made his debut when he was 15, am I right?
Remember that time you showed me a goal and he scored an absolute
halfway
cracker for the halfway line? I remember
Scotland.
that.
That was for Scotland.
Wow, man.
Scotland. Aye, so he's going well. So it's good to see because they're a nice family and he deserves a wee bit of success. You know what I mean? The boys of that.
Is he still cutting the hair?
Lee, aye, he's still doing the hairdressing. He doesn't put as much up about it, I don't think anymore. But
is he still pally with crackers?
Him and Cracks are good mates. I don't know if
it's a cracker. It's your way to tell him.
I'm going to get him in to take you training, get you fit again.
Mate,
none of this wabbit nonsense
that was
anymore.
The worst, man. See when he was my personal trainer, I'm no joke, man. Honestly, take me these hills in Paisley. And there was like a big massive hill, and I ran up it, and I was like, "Yeah, dancer."
I got there,
and then he went right another nine times. Mate, I was greeting everything. See, try to cut, but he's good at getting you going.
Aye,
he did. He got me in good nick. So he did.
Bet he wishes he could have got Falkirk in good nick. That's one for Cracks. Love you, big man.
I know.
Anyway, so it's the group stages of the League Cup are a bit strange because it's essentially pre-season, and you tend to get quite a lot of upsets happening. Like Dundee United, they get beat off Spartans. St Johnstone get beat. Aye, did St Mirren not lose as well?
And United get beat off Partick and all, did they not?
Did they get beat off Partick as well?
I think they were up 1-0 and it ended up getting beat 2-1. That's crazy, isn't it?
Seen they signed Bluey Moult.
Who did Dundee United?
Yeah, he scored at the weekend.
Montrose beat St Mirren.
Aye, Montrose beat St Mirren, that's right.
Oh Godwin, man, how's this? Still in there?
Your dad will be clicking his heels, mate. Your dad will be clicking his heels.
Can you believe he was meant to come on? I say this all the time, but I got him a video for his boy for Drew McIntyre, and he exchanged for us coming on. Never ever happened. No, he'll come on now.
I know after
Bob calls him the Skull every week.
I mean, you slate him and all.
I mean, no one. I mean, come on. You think how does that deserve a 2-year contract? Listen, nothing against the guy. That's no nice.
That's
no nice.
You know my feelings on managers getting sacked. I hate it, but
rewarding failure.
That's what I was going to say.
Rewarding failure.
Yes, correct.
Oh, I feel bad now. He might be a avid fan. He might be a patron.
I don't think he is, mate.
They also lost one of their better players than Dylan Levitt to Hibs.
That's a good signing for Hibs, Dylan Levitt.
Is it?
Aye, I was calling him out like the last bit. You know, I've been saying I think he's a great player. So I do. I think he's maybe a level above the way where he's been playing. So a move to Hibs is good for him. I think he'll be able to show.
It's going to be an interesting start to the season. We kick off. What is it? The 4th and 5th of August.
Is that when it is?
Yeah, I'm ready for it now. Looking forward to it.
See, the thing is, I was looking forward because I go away on the 17th, right? I'm going away to Spain, right? So I was looking forward to maybe going to a wee pub and watching the football. There's no fucking games on.
When do you go the 17th?
I'm away the 17th. We've got a fortnight where there's no games.
How that?
I think it must be an international week or something.
No, but I don't know if it is because I think.
But I looked that up and there wasn't any Scotland fixtures either.
Is it maybe League Cup stuff? No, that wouldn't be that. Will it be League Cup?
League Cup? Oh.
No. You get the Premier League games, but I know what you mean. You want to go a wee kind of Celtic boozer and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Where you're...
Or a Rangers boozer and watch a Celtic game and cheer and see what happens. Come on, I'm pals with Grado. You heard the shell suit Bob?
You would get away with it, mate.
Scott Arfield follows me on Instagram.
You would get away with it. Your charm would get you away with it, I think.
Not with a few beers in me, Grado. I'm not very charming.
Yeah, saying that. If maybe pulled up your... I'm not bringing that up.
That'll do.
I want to bring it up. That'll do.
Aye, so anyway, I'm looking forward to it, man. It should be good. But what you say is the league's no far away now.
I know.
Not long to go. So maybe have stuff to talk about.
I know. Again, it's been. I have to say, man, I've really struggled today with my health. As I say, I don't know what it is. To says I'm burning my candles at Bay Fens. But I'm going to try and get back. Wee Bob's away on holiday now. He'll be back this week, so he will. So
wildfires permitting.
Aye, I'm sure he will be all right. I hope he isn't flying with Jet 2 because they're the ones that have got all the border toll.
You kidding on? Oh no, they're sending planes over empty. They're sending planes over empty and bringing folk that are already there back, but they're no flying.
Is it a rescue?
For want of a better phrase, aye. So he'll get home anyway. Worst comes to the worst, he gets an extra week in roads.
So see that date, that is the League Cup.
Is it the League Cup? Yeah, so I'll maybe get to watch a game then.
So, but will Rangers and Celtic be involved by then?
That's the last 16.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, beauty. I hope we get through together.
Oh, then you've been holding for that. That would be quite tidy, wouldn't it?
Aye. Christ. Wonder what
when's the last time you were in Spain?
I was in Gran Canaria, does that count?
I think so, aye.
That was 5 years ago.
Aye.
But before
you cope well with the sun?
Aye, mate, I love it, man.
Do you really?
Aye.
Do you really?
Turn into a wee sausage.
Do you sunbathe and all that?
Aye, I love it. Never at the sunbeds, man.
I saw you are, but you say that, but you never ever look.
It's because...
You never ever got a bit of colour about you?
Well, see, if I wasn't going to the sunbed, I'm almost fucking translucent, mate. You can nearly see through me.
Is it any other health reasons where you going?
Not at all, man. Not at all.
Is it for the shows, the wrestling shows?
No, do you know what it was? See, years and years ago when I was a boy, I had awful bad acne. Right, awful bad acne.
So there.
I looked like a butcher's counter. Right?
Mate, I was bad enough.
See, if I didn't get something done about it, I was going to, Seal, the singer Seal.
I think so.
See how that just get that all that pop mark face and all. I ended up with that, but I went to the doctor.
Did you get Roaccutane?
No, the doctor went like, go to the sunbeds.
Really?
A doctor prescribing sunbeds. Have you ever heard that in your life?
No, that's a lot.
Sure enough, I went and cleared up and never come back.
I get prescribed Roaccutane.
The hell's that?
Oh mate, look up. See the side effects.
Opium suppositories.
Well, mate, see if you look at it. I had to get sit down and the doctor was going, look, it can cause suicidal thoughts, brain swelling, extreme sickness, all the rest of it. And it was a graft to get through it, but I just woke up one morning and it was away. Here, speaking of fatty and spotty, do you know what?
The Beano have changed on their names.
Did you see that?
Aye. That's wild, isn't it? The Bash Street kids have just got normal names now.
Aye,
John.
Well, I said what they go. What they going to do with? What'd you call him? Him that looks like Jacob Rees-Mogg.
Plug.
No.
Oh, Walter.
Walter the Softie.
Aye.
Is he still in the go? Because that's got kind of connotations in it. Walter the Softie.
I think we all know what they were aiming at with Walter.
Well, do you know what I mean? Is that the kind of...
He does look like Jason Breeden.
He does look like him, doesn't he?
Mate, I used to love the Beano. I loved it, man. I used to get sticker books and all that. I've been on the dandy sticker books and everything. And it wasn't until I was an adult that I found out that they were Scottish.
Aye, they're from Dundee, aren't they? Big old dandy.
There's a Desperate Dan statue in Dundee.
Aye, that's right, there is. Because I think, is it for the same makers that do the Bruins and the Pros?
Aye.
The Pros. The Bruins and Urwilly.
Aye.
I used to read the same
Get the annual every year.
Oh,
man.
so did I.
And 1 year it would be Urwilly and 1 year it would be the Bruins.
Aye, they would swap it. But
Aye.
that's still going on the Sunday Post.
Is it?
Daphne and Hen and Mo and Paul.
I had a discussion with Sammy the other day. I used to think a Button Ben was a hotel because of the way that they spoke about
That's
it.
what I thought. Let's go up to the Button Ben.
Aye, it's just a house.
I know, I thought it was a kind of...
I thought it was as well, it's not, but...
Because I thought Ramsey Nesbitt went away a Button Ben.
A Button Ben's a 2-bedroom house.
Oh, is it? I thought it was a wee kind of like, oh, we're away to Cara for the weekend.
Exactly, that's what I thought it was as well. Aye. But it's no, and it blew my mind. 41-year-old coming up for, and that's me just finding that out.
It's funny, isn't it?
It's wild. But anyway, I loved it, man. It was so funny back in the day. You used to look forward to it, didn't you?
But you see, it's the same with user things now. Like, I'm sure I opened up one Sunday and it was like, you know, Willie sitting on YouTube. Again, no going on. Do you know what I mean? But
aye.
He's bought clays off eBay.
Mate,
you think that shouldn't... You know what I mean?
I seen the Bruins and Willie as being back in the day.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Before all of that.
Aye. Well, that's what I'm saying, like setting the 60s.
Polish using a taser on him and all that.
A big old wooden truncheon.
What was the Polish called again?
Hen? No, that was
Hen Brun. He was a big tall guy.
But was he not a postman?
I don't know. No, the Polish and Willie was a wee fat guy, wasn't he?
I can't remember.
Fuck it, who cares?